Hi, I'm Thompson and this is Crowd Reviews. I've been using the G3 from LG as my daily drive for a little over 4 months now. The G3 is LG's newest flagship device to take up the battle in a very competitive arena. LG has got a lot of praise for the flagship of last year, the G2, and this video I'll be taking a look at what LG thinks a 2014 flagship should look like. The hardware of the G3 brings both big and incremental updates and improvements compared to last year's G2. The build of the G3 is a vast improvement over the build of the G2. It is still made of plastic, but it doesn't feel plasticky. It feels solid and well built. The back have a nice curvature, the so-called floating arc design, which ensures that it sits and feels good in the hand. It's very comfortable to hold and use, and it doesn't hurt that it looks good while doing it. The faux metal plaque really looks like metal, but when you touch it, nobody's fooled. The bottom of the front of the device houses the LG branding and also a very cool effect that plays with the light. The back button from the G2 is back on the G3. They have however been revamped in a great deal that truly feels a lot better. The sad thing is though that there is no longer a notification LED present on the back, which only leaves the notification LED on the front, which is RGB colored. Also on the front you find the big screen that takes up 76.4% real estate of the front of the device, thanks to incredible small bezels. This also means that there's very little in the front that's not screen. LG has made a move that is pretty much in stark contrast to the rest of the industry. They reintroduced the removable back, battery and expandable storage. A welcome turnaround if you ask me. The coating on the back also hides fingerprints well, so your phone doesn't look like a greasy mess. The back however does not have the healing back from the G3. Not that I miss it much, since it clearly needed more research in order to work properly. The phone comes with some top-notch specifications that are expected of a 2014 flagship. It comes in two different versions that differs on storage and memory. A 16GB storage with 2GB of RAM version and a 32GB of storage with 3GB of RAM. These are paired with the flagship favorite SoC of the year, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 quad-core clocked at 2.5 GHz. The storage, no matter which version you have, is expandable with micro SD card with up to 128 GB of extra storage. Further specifications can be seen below in the description right under that like button. The big 3000 mAh battery helps the phone get through a day comfortably. I rarely have any problems with battery, and when I have it's because of extreme use with complex gaming or long several hours reading and browsing sessions. The LG G3 is the first major smartphone release with a Quad HD screen, so it's only natural to take a closer look at the screen of this device. It's a massive 5.5 inch in size, which makes it great for consuming media on the go. With the Quad HD resolution, it gives the phone a pixel density of 538 pixels per inch. The high pixel density does give the result of a very sharp display, but whether the difference is noticeable from a more mainstream resolution of Full HD is the big question. While it might not be easy to see the benefits when looking at the screen, comparing it to a Full HD screen you certainly can. The screen is sharper and does show more detail than the lower pixel density counterpart. This is especially clear when viewing content that is closer to the native resolution of the G3. The viewing angles of the phone is also very good. It loses some brightness rather quickly but retains colors well. And speaking of the colors, they are decent with a minor tendency to the red colors. There are however not much content that will let you utilize the big resolution of the G3, and the general brightness is pretty low. It's enough for me to use it in direct sunlight, but I generally also have my displays at very low brightness. The camera of the G3 is a 13 megapixel main shooter with optical image stabilization, which LG has given a plus at the end. That plus means an increase in camera shake compensation of 20% compared to the G2. The flash on the back is now two-tone and contains both cool and warm white for more natural colors. On the other side of the camera lens you find the laser used for helping with autofocus. The autofocus is quick, very quick, which works great with the tap to take a photo simplicity of the LG camera app. The user has the possibility of taking a selfie with the front-facing camera by clenching the fist to start a countdown. The G3 doesn't have a dedicated camera button, and this is a feature I would like to see, but I guess it would be hard to do or pointless with no buttons on the side of the phone. Images taken with the G3 are rich in colors and vibrancy. The quality of the images are very good in good lighting condition, but as with any camera and especially phone cameras, the lower the light, the lower the quality. But if the subject is rather stationary and you are too, then the OIS Plus will make images in low light still look rather good. But there are a great tendency for noise and blur when taking photos in low light. But even though the camera delivers great images in general, it's another story when you zoom in on the images. They have a certain oil-painting look to them that LG phone cameras have been prone to in the past. The G3 can record video in 4K 1080p at 60 frames per second and also has a slow motion mode in the 720p at 120 frames per second. The device can only handle 4K videos for 5 minutes at a time, and the video quality is great, and so is the microphone. The software from LG has been giving a major overhaul. The LG G3 graphical user interface follows the industry away from flashy graphics, animations and colors in favor for a more flat and mature user face. A very welcome change. It's strange to have an LG phone and to say I like the look of the UI. I like the past features of LG software and the massive customizations possibilities, but never the look and feel of it. Now I can finally have both in an LG phone. The software comes with a lot of added features and enhancement to the Android UI, with the possibility to customize a lot of the experience to suit your needs. Among the multitude of features added, you will also find features that might not make much sense to you and feel gimmicky. These count features like LG Voice and Smart Notice. Both are features that Google already have in the Google Now implementation and which LG doesn't really do any better. Actually, the only thing I've heard from the Smart Notice features is how the weather is, apps I haven't used in a while, and that I have a bunch of videos I can watch about how to use my phone. The weather information doesn't really make any sense anyway, since it's placed right under the big weather widget. But there are new features that really stick out. I like the LG keyboard. I've been using this keyboard and it is truly the best stock keyboard I have tried. The only real thing I'm missing from my normal third-party keyboard SwiftKey is the predictive suggestion quality. The SMS pop-up dialog is also really great. You can see a reply to your message without even leaving the app you're in at any given moment. Another great feature is the knock-on knock code, which lets you turn on the display by tapping it or even unlock your phone directly from a turned off screen. There are a lot of other features in the phone which I will not be going through in this review, there's simply too many. But a lot of them will help you if you need them, or if you don't, they are very non-intrusive and can be hidden away. There are of course some problems with the device. It's prone to get a bit warmer than other devices and brightness is sometimes lower to keep the phone temperature on the safe side. This is probably an effect of the higher than normal resolution screen, but it isn't a big issue and after some time I rather forgot all about it. Thank God for note taking. The display also introduces another problem that have been reported by some media outlets. In an attempt to increase the sharpening of text on the screen, LG apparently added a halo effect around the text. I have, however, not been able to see it in normal use, and it only appears in darkened grayed out areas of text. A bigger problem with the device is the jack output input, which I can't get to work with either my Prezi, the jack port button, or the Rode SmartLab microphone made for smartphone. There is simply a problem with the jack port that means I have only been able to get the phone to work with headsets or headphones. Another annoyance is the phone's tendency to redraw the home screen from time to time when you press the home button. This is a small bug, but it's definitely noticeable and might be enough to really annoy you. It can of course be helped with third-party launchers like Nova, but it will also remove the most useful LG features that you might just end up wanting to stick with the stock launcher. A small hope lives that LG might fix this in some future software update. The G3 is a great improvement of the G2, which was already a great phone. My biggest gripe with the G2, the software, have been improved and is now fitting a modern flagship. It is no longer an embarrassment for the device, with childish and immature graphics. It's more sophisticated and mature and it follows the modern UI trends that have become so popular as of late. The speed is amazing and there's not a finger to put on the performance of the device except for that home screen redraw, even though it has a lot more pixels to push around than most of its competitors. All those pixels make for an incredible display with a sharp image. With 13 megapixels and OIS Plus, the camera delivers great images, but with some trouble in low light, and some oil painting like noise when zooming in on the image. The video quality is great and the microphone likewise. LG might have a reputation for being bad at updating their phones and supporting them after release. It certainly seems like they improved on this as well. The phone has, in the course of its time being with me, received about 6 to 7 updates. LG is quick and effectively responding to the problems that users have been reporting, and there are some saying that the G3 will get Android 5.0 Lollipop within the year's end. All in all, this is a great phone, and I will recommend this phone to anyone looking for a great Android phone and isn't worried about it being stock Android or not. Thank you for watching my video. I've been Tom from Record Reviews, and if you want more content of this type, don't hesitate to press that subscribe button and you will get it directly in your feed. Also press the like button on this video if you liked it. It really helps me out. Thank you and have a nice day.